Hi. I got hi.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Siren.
And I'm David.
And together we're Millennial Incantations.
And today we're going to be talking about the 161 Rules of the Witch.
The Wiccan Laws.
The craft laws.
The ordains.
The old laws.
The laws.
The Silver Moon Imperium Crystal.
The Jokai Crest.
What? The f***?
Millennial Incantations.
All right, kids. So here's the 411. Okay? The 161 Rules of the Witch are an old Wiccan document that was originally called the Wiccan Laws, and it was released to the public by Gerald Gardner in 1957.
And in 1971, Lady Sheba published in 2 different of her works all 161 of these rules, and she took credit for it as well, which might be the first time in Wiccan history that a woman got credit for what a man did.
Ayo!
Ding!
But for real, don't take credit for stuff that's not yours.
Especially if it sucks.
So Gardner claimed that these laws were old, like very old. However, when you read them, you find that he sort of mixed archaic language with modern language, and you find all these anachronisms like, I don't know, witches being burned, which did not happen in Wales or Great Britain, you know, because they were hanged instead.
That is way better.
Yeah. Yikes.
Anyway, it is generally assumed that Gardner wrote the Wiccan Laws himself, and then he said that they were much older because he wanted people to think they were more valid. Now, heads up, just because your religion's old doesn't make it great. Sometimes new things are better.
So let's go ahead and just get started. And want to warn everybody,
Yeah.
we've got them in front of us. We've got the rules in front of us. Because we are perpetually and constantly unprepared for you. So
Yeah, we do not have anything memorized at all, ever.
Siren, don't show them that.
Oops.
Also, from what I've heard of these, I would never commit any of this to memory. That's my own personal preference. It's just utter garbage.
Maybe we should say, oh my god, before we get started, if the 161 Rules of the Witch are part of your practice, we are not judging you or talking smack about you at all. What we are doing is offering a modern critique of an old document, and we are doing that by being bitches.
Shall I begin?
Go for it.
Please.
Wiccan Laws. The law was made and ordained of old.
The law was made for the Wicca, whatever that is, to advise and help in their troubles.
Good so far. The Wicca should give due worship to the gods and obey their will, which they ordain, for it was made for the good of Wicca, as the worship of the Wicca is good for the gods. For the gods love the brethren of Wicca. Wicca.
Couldn't find a different word?
Wicca what?
As a man loveth a woman by mastering her.
No.
What?
No, that's number 4. First of all, these are not even laws or rules, and number 4 is sexist. Number 4. So should the Wicca love the gods by being mastered by them. So do you hear that, women listeners? You can only love the gods by letting a man master you. Yep.
Checks out. Checks out.
Oh, there is no problem with that whatsoever. It's totally
fine. Doesn't make me want to burn this house.
It is not fine.
Of the high priestess and high priest. And the high priestess shall rule her coven as the representative of the goddess.
And the high priest shall support her as the representative of the god.
So he resigned all his power to her.
But the high priestess should ever mind that the power comes from him.
Ah, there it is.
There it is.
Here we go.
Right.
Circle back.
Okay. And the greatest virtue of a high priestess be that she recognize that youth is necessary to be the representative of the goddess. Oh my god. Just read it.
So she will gracefully retire in favor of a younger woman should the coven so decide in council.
I'm getting rage chills, like I'm not kidding. For a true high priestess realizes that gracefully surrendering pride of place is one of the greatest virtues.
And that thereby she will return to that pride of place in another life with greater power and beauty. Let me just unpack that for you. They are saying that a wise older priestess should step down in favor of some other bitch just because she's pretty, and she should feel good about that and know that it's fine because she'll just be reincarnated to be younger and beautiful after she dies, which is hopefully soon because we don't need her anymore.
Because as a woman, I know that all of my worth will be gone once I'm old.
So like already?
Yeah.
And if you're going to be the representative of the goddess, who is obviously very young and not eternal or ageless in any way, you should be young. But I think I think it's just, you need to remember that if you're a woman, your age matters. But if you're a man, perfectly fine.
Of course,
be old, be grizzled, perfectly fine. You should definitely lead. But if you're a woman, you just need to learn to step down.
Where the hell are we?
32.
Nor may he tell where the coven be.
Or the coven stead.
Or where the meetings be.
All of these are different places, I'm assuming. And if any break these laws, even under torture, okay, this is very important. The curse of the goddess shall be upon them! So they may never be reborn on earth and may remain where they belong in the hell of the Christians.
Christians!
Does that really say that?
Girl, we
Does that really say that?
We bringing in all different gods to your ass up.
This is my literal first knowing that the Wiccan goddess can throw your ass out of reincarnation and put you right in Christian hell where you belong, you blabbermouthed bitch. Right.
So I guess that means we're all going straight to hell.
Christian hell.
Christian hell.
Yeah.
God, that's the worst one.
Let each high priestess govern her coven with justice and love, with the help and advice of the high priest and elders, always heeding the advice of the messenger of the gods, if he cometh.
So let every high priestess govern her coven according to the way the men in the coven tell her to.
She will heed all complaints of all brothers, it doesn't include the word sisters in here, and strive to settle all differences among them.
Maybe it's because only the brothers is causing disputes and the women are too busy doing their godly work of being mastered by these fighting ass bitch ass men.
All lines up.
I'm
But
not ready.
splitting the coven often means strife. So for this reason, these laws were made of old, and may the curse of the goddess be on any who disregard them. So it be ordained.
You try to leave my coven? Straight to hell!
Straight to Christian hell!
Bye!
Okay, so maybe this part will get better. It's about the grimoire, and I freaking love books, you guys. If you would keep a book, yes, I would keep a book. If you would keep a book, let brothers and sisters copy what they will, but never let the book out of your hands, and never keep the writings of another. Like, I literally have to hold it all the time. Because my book is heavy.
Let each guard his own writings and destroy them whenever danger threatens.
I will not do that.
You're telling me if there's danger, horse tyrant got to rewrite that, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, don't.
You have to burn it.
No.
We're in danger.
No. It's really heavy, and if I had to keep it in my hands all the time and then destroy it, and I can't.
So for the rest of this video, Siren will now hold his book.
I can't. I can't.
It is
Let
the
me
law.
look at it.
I want to write something.
I'm feeling very attacked right now.
For this reason, if any die, destroy their book, and they have not been able to.
For an it be found, 'tis clear proof against them.
And our oppressors know well, ye may not be a witch alone.
Okay, well, there's just about 500 things wrong with that. So if somebody dies, you're supposed to destroy their life's work. Apparently there's no such thing as a solitary witch. So you solitary witches out there, guess what? You basic.
And you're going to hell.
Christian hell.
Christian hell. For the curse of the
curse of the goddess is upon you.
So destroy everything not necessary.
You know, taking that one out of context, I like it.
Oh my god, that's such a siren thing to say.
Let's just burn all this.
The book portion was, in fact, not fun.
Okay.
Not at all.
We now know, though.
Okay, so now I know we're going to take an upturn here. Persecution.
I'm all for that. Let's do it.
Keep all thoughts of the craft from your mind. That's how to be a witch.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it.
Don't you dare.
Bitch, don't you dare.
If the torture be too great to bear.
Oh, we're being tortured.
Duh.
Okay, good.
We started the torture when we started these rules.
Yeah.
Okay. If the torture be too great to bear, and it is, say, I will confess, I cannot bear this torture. So literal. What do you want me to say?
To obtain relief from torture, say, I had an evil dream. I was beside myself. I was crazed.
This entire filming session is an evil dream.
If you have confessed aught, deny it afterwards. Say you babbled under torture. Say you knew not what you said. Be sure, if steadfast you go to the pyre, drugs will reach you. All right, turn around. All right, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So drugs will reach you. Cool.
Yes, good.
You will feel not.
If only.
You go to death, and what lies beyond? The ecstasy of the goddess.
But remember that her power is borrowed from the gods, so you're really getting it secondhand.
Yeah.
So let's be clear on this. He wrote this in 1957 when nobody was being burned at the stake. And basically he's telling people that, hey, you need to be scared that might happen to you.
And not only that, but scared of people who aren't Wiccan. So just causing a rift between different faiths in this work. Tools. Number 71.
Gerald Gardner is being a tool right now. That's all I have to say about that. Let the pentacles be of wax so that they may be broken at once or melted. He's just really into like destroying all of your magical life in here. Just whatever. Ever remember, ye are the hidden children of the goddess. So never do anything to disgrace them or her. Such as, I don't know, shaming a woman for her age. I added that part. It's not actually in there.
Should be.
Never boast, never threaten, never say you would wish ill of anyone.
Well, you are banished. You are done.
If any person not in the circle speaks of the craft, say, speak not to me of such, it frightens me. 'Tis evil luck to speak of it.
It frightens me.
Oh, give me a fright.
Oh, I'm frightened. Look at me.
Oh, look, we're back to sowing discontent between religion.
Yay.
Good.
Yes. Okay, so for this reason, the Christians have their spies everywhere. He is telling you that there are Christians who are going to pretend to be witches so they can find your covens and burn y'all at the stake.
To such as these, ever deny all knowledge.
But to others say, 'tis foolish men talk of witches flying through the air. To do so, they must as light be thistledown. And men say that witches all be blare-eyed old crones. So what pleasure can there be at a witch meeting such as folks talk on? What?
May the blessings of the goddess and the god be on all who keep these laws which are ordained. I'm real glad the goddess did not curse us this time because that was getting real scary. It frightens me.
Halfway through, everybody.
All right.
To those who must ever be chief, there is one answer.
Void the coven, or seek another one, or make a coven of your own, taking with you those who will go. So, and either cannot agree, get hence.
Get hence.
My other
My new favorite term.
My other battle cry. Get hence!
But you get head, Siren.
Yeah, get hence, Siren.
The curse of the goddess upon you.
Get hence! For the craft must ever survive. So be it ordained.
Next, curses.
Ooh.
Rule 101.
Right.
In the olden days when we had power, we could use the art against any who ill-treated the Brotherhood. But in these evil days, we must not do so, for our enemies have devised a burning pit of everlasting fire into which they say their God casteth all the people who worship him, except it be the very few who are released by their priest spells and masses. And this be chiefly by giving monies and rich gifts to receive his favor, for their great God is ever in need of money.
What?
So that was a lot. He's saying it used to be fine to curse people, but now the Christians will use the curse of the goddess to throw you in hell if you cast a curse because they need money.
So Christians will call the goddess and throw you in hell and then steal your money.
Oh. Yeah.
That is just clever.
So like, don't do curses or whatever.
Yeah.
But they make men believe that they may escape this hell if they give victims to the tormentors. So for this reason, I'll be forever spying, thinking, and I can catch but one of these Wicca. I will escape from this fiery pit.
You just can't catch a witch.
There you go. Okay, so if you are a Christian and you ask a witch to do something for you, all you have to do to get out of hell is to give that witch to a witch hunter.
Okay, so you buy your ticket into heaven by giving the witch hunters a witch. That's it. Just one witch.
One witch.
Will get you right into heaven, y'all. But when one of our oppressors die, or even be sick, ever is the cry, "This be witch's malice," and the hunt is up again. Oh my god, it's not over.
It continues.
It's not over.
Baby girl, we got 161.
Good.
No one, however great an injury or injustice they receive, may use the art in any way to do ill or harm any. But they may, after great consultations with all, use the art to restrain Christians from harming us brothers, but only to constrain them and never to punish.
So you're only allowed to curse Christians. But don't.
But
don't.
But if you're gonna, they better be Christian and you better bind them.
And you better not hurt them, but don't.
But don't.
But also don't.
To this end, men will say, such a one is a mighty searcher out, and a persecutor of old women, whom they deemeth to be witches, and none hath done him harm. So it be proof that they cannot, or more truly there be none.
So basically, you need to prove that witches don't exist by letting witch hunters kill old women, which is fine because you don't need them as your high priestess anyway.
Yeah, you've already told them to get hence.
It's fine. Get hence, old women. I'm just ready to give up and
We can't. We're over halfway done.
let myself get killed by a witch.
And let myself get hence.
I'm about to get hence myself.
And many have died because they were scolding old women, so much that men now say that only old women are witches. Which we know is not true because they're useless.
That was exhausting.
I'm exhausted.
I wish I was dead.
I would like to get into heaven, so I will introduce you to a witch hunter. And then you will be.
How about I introduce you to Get Hence?
All may use the art for their own advantage, or for the advantage of the craft only, if you are sure you harm none.
But ever let the Coven debate this at length, only if all are satisfied that none may be harmed, may the art be used.
So by the art, we're talking about magic. Right, so every time we cast a spell, I've got to get permission from the whole Coven, basically. I gotta be like, oh, can you guys please tell me if I can do what I want? Thank you.
Yo, I'm about to be hence. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get hints and do my own thing. Alright, I'm gonna get hints, y'all. If it is not possible to achieve your ends one way, perchance the aim may be achieved by acting in a different way, so as to harm none. May the curse of the goddess be on any who breaketh this law! So be it ordained.
It's all caps!
'Tis judged lawful, if ever any of the craft need a house or land, and none will sell, to incline the owner's mind so as to be willing to sell.
Yeesh.
So, basically, you can use witchcraft to convince somebody to sell their shit to you. If you really need it. That's what I got.
That's what I got.
That's what I
to
got.
sell their house.
Use mine. I would like your house.
It's so mean.
Ooh,
Don't.
boy.
Don't.
But it says it's okay. I'm not trying to get cursed by the goddess.
No, it says it's okay. I feel like Walmart uses that spell.
In any dispute between brethren, no one may invoke any laws but those of the craft. Like, if you, like, get beaten up by somebody in your coven, you're not allowed to, like, press charges.
Oh, cool. I mean, it's fine.
So,
of course you would like that.
It is not forbidden to say, as Christians do, there be witchcraft in the land. I don't know why Christians talk like that.
Okay, what?
Huh?
If you're a Christian, you must believe that witchcraft exists, because otherwise, then you can't, like, kill a witch to get into heaven, okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
In this logic, if somebody's like, you a witch, you gotta be like, yeah.
No, you have to be
No.
like, it frightens me.
No, you gotta be like, it frightens me and I'm not a witch, but I believe in witches.
And I know a witch.
I know a witch, but it's not me.
Definitely not me. It's not me. But ever say, I know not of it here, perchance may be but afar off. I know not where.
But ever speak of them as old crones consorting with the devil and riding through the air.
And ever say, but how may many ride the air if they be not as light as thistledown?
Woo, gracious.
Magicians and Christians may taunt us, saying, you have no power? Show us your power! Do magic before our very eyes! Then only will we believe.
Heed them not, for the art is holy and may only be used in need, and the curse of the gods be on any who break this law.
And so many a time it has happened that a high priest or a high priestess, impelled by love, hath departed with their love.
If the high priestess wishes to resign, she may do so in full coven. What does that term mean?
I
In
think
full coven.
you have to gather around all the old men and young women and be like, I
am old.
No, more like I am horny AF and I cannot deal with this high priest right now, and so I'm gonna bang my new boo in the next covendom.
I'm sick of Henson myself, so I'm gonna go get him.
So I'm about to let him hint me, if you know what I'm saying,
You know
y'all.
what I mean.
And this resignation is valid.
Totally.
It's totally valid. So we have all these politics about like how to replace the high priestess, how to get a new high priestess, how to get rid of the high priestess. Have you noticed that none of this is about the high priest? It's always the high priestess who we gotta f***ing deal with. We gotta get that old bitch out of here because she is old and she is sleeping with that other guy and she like moved or whatever. We just gotta, she's gotta go. Let's just get this over with.
All right, training.
Go ahead.
It has been found that practicing the art doth cause a fondness between aspirant and tutor, and it is the cause of better results if this be so.
And it is for this reason that a man may be taught only by a woman, and a woman by a man, and women should not attempt these practices together. So be it ordained. Let me just tell you guys, this is Law 155. We are so close to the end. I just might survive this. And right here, we get to sneak in some motherfucking homophobia. Don't be a lesbian, you old bitch.
So, because y'all working closely together, you should be heterosexual. That's ew. That is not my life. Now on to punishment, because this whole thing has not been
What
one
a
big
fitting
punishment.
end.
Order and discipline must be kept.
To this end, all the craft must receive correction willingly.
Ooh, all right, I like where this is going. Ooh. All properly prepared. The culprit kneeling should be told his fault and his sentence pronounced.
That is a fetish of mine.
Punishment should be followed by something amusing, like this list. And for the last one, sis, take it away.
The culprit must acknowledge the justice of the punishment by kissing the hand on receiving sentence and again thanking for punishment received. So be it ordained.
Please, sir, can I have another?
When we originally stumbled upon this list, I only read the very first part. And the fact that it immediately involved just an inordinate amount of just sexism. And that I, as a woman at a certain age, originally wasn't welcome in Wicca, it shook my faith a lot. After talking to Siren a lot about it, he showed me, or helped me remember, that all religions have some bullshit in their past. And for us, this was written in the 1950s, or some version of this. And it's taken us 70 years to get past this. I had never even heard of these rules up until just a couple of months ago. It's only taken us that long to get past all of this just archaic nonsense.
So why are we bringing this up again? Why aren't we just letting it fade into the past? Well, the truth is, it should. But at the same time, we gotta know our history, all right? We can't pretend that these ugly things didn't happen and that they don't have like echoes that still exist in our life. We need to acknowledge this stuff, take control of it, rip it in half, crumple it up, get it the hell off my table, get hence, okay, and deal with it. We have to bring these things out of the darkness, expose them for the crap that they are, so that we can move forward and do something better.
My mistake, I went to a blog at one point that had posted these. There's a blog. And my mistake was going to the comment section. Ooh. You never go to the comment section. Never. It just made me sick that there were people who still just agreed, and it was just common knowledge that me as a woman at a certain age, it doesn't specify which age, just at the point that I become undesirable to my family, to the people in my coven, that I just go quietly and with dignity, which I would just never do. I never do any of this.
Honey, if we were gonna kick you out for being undesirable, we would have done it a long time ago.
I know.
I think it's important to remember the cultural context that birthed these rules. The point is, we move past it. We look at it, we say, this happened. Moving on. Let's remake that. Let's change, let's evolve. And that's exactly what we do in our coven. We take things that were given to us and we change them.
For the better. So look, it's pretty clear that Gerald Gardner wrote this down with his own mindset from the 1950s, and then he tried to pass it off as ancient scripture to put his centuries, millennia old religion in charge of the sexist values that he grew up with. And that is crap, and he needs to be called out for it. And that can be hard for some people because Gardner is also seen as one of the founding fathers of modern Wicca. How many of us would never have found our way to whatever our brand of witchcraft is if he hadn't started this movement in America? Listen, it's okay to be grateful for the things that Gardner did that got us to where we are. But we can still criticize the out of him.
Yeah, that guy.
And we will.
Yeah, get hence, Gardner.
Get hence, Gardner.
The curse of the goddess be upon you.
Yeah, see you in Christian hell.
Where we are all going, friend.
For real.
No, I'm giving you both up. I'm getting 2 tickets to heaven.
So we've provided a link to the article that we used in the description below if you do want to read the full 161 Rules of the Witch.
You know, I would actually invite everybody to read this. Not just because I want you to be as exhausted as I am, but because I would like for everybody to just experience the litany of bullshit that was in those laws. And so you can form your own opinion about how terrible it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we can't stand to sit here and talk about this anymore. So, my little witchlings, see you all in Christian hell and get hence. Bye.
Bye. And also like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And the greatest virtue of a high priestess be that she recognize that my script is out of order.
Is it? Oh, I didn't include this page. Give me 1 second. I gotta go to the garbage.
Where the rest of these rules should be.
Sorry, pregnancy break kicked in real hard and I threw away 1 page of your script.
Oh.
Can you do that to the rest of mine?
Listen, Linda, this poorly applied makeup job is just from 15 minutes ago. Okay. I don't know how to contour. I don't.